Hello guys, welcome again to my video. First, do not forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button if you've never subscribed. I will truly appreciate. Today I'd like to speak about things that have happened, and basically I want to speak about our youth and how things have turned out. For many places, because of the break, kids not in school, people are idle, majority of girls have gotten pregnant. And it's very unfortunate because it's a very large number of girls. And I'm truly grateful to the government because the government has decided that the girls are going to go to school, and when they're ready to give birth, they'll be excused and they'll continue with education, because this will really have a very big and negative impact in the society. If they are not allowed to go back to school, their future is destroyed. You can imagine a baby having a baby. So it's trouble just recycling itself, generation after generation. And most of the girls, by the way, they come from poor families. Majority of them, the reasons they gave is like they were pregnant because they needed someone to buy for them something like the sanitary pads, and so they had to trade their bodies for sanitary pads. They're still young, maybe they couldn't think wisely. So one thing I'd like to talk about is during this November, December, we've also had issues on our media where girls disappeared and boys. And the first issue that was on the media was a group of 18 girls and 26 boys. I think the girls were 18 and 26 boys who were found in a single one-bedroomed house where they had drugs, they had alcohol, very expensive ones, they had condoms, they had things that showed like whatever they were involved in was not right for their age. And some of these kids had disappeared like for 7 days, a whole week. Others had disappeared earlier and come back and had disappeared a second time. So it's a group of friends that had formed like a network, and they were even planning to go on things like safaris in the coastal area. And looking at their age, they were between 11 years and 17. Not even 18. In the Kenyan law, 18 years is an adult. They can have an ID, though they're still teenagers and they're young, but that's the age you can get your identification card. So in this group, 11-year-old to 17-year-old, in such a situation, that means they should be under their guardian or their parent. And when the news came up, there are people who kind of criticized a lot. People kind of took it differently. People judged differently. There's something I've learned in this life. Never judge somebody's child, because maybe even that person, they don't know better, like what you know yourself, how to raise your child. Maybe the way they were raised is not the way you are raised. And in this world of social media, it's a new thing for most parents, and most children are even more technologically savvy than their parents. So they're learning with their gadgets. Their parents have no idea even how to use the gadgets. Some of these laptops, some of these iPads and phones, some parents have no idea because they are also not educated. They have coded language. The way they communicate, you might be seated there, but you might not understand what they're saying because the language is coded. So I'd like to tell someone, before rushing into judging people and making them feel pathetic, yes, you can correct them, but look at the words you're using, even to these parents. And for me, I really feel like, I don't know whether to call myself traditionalist or old-fashioned, but I'm okay with that, because I think the way we were raised so differently. We were raised to respect everyone in society. We were raised to respect a grown-up. We were raised to respect even our peers. Do not abuse someone. There's a language that you're not allowed to use, words that were not allowed out of your mouth. Nowadays, people use the F words like it's so cool, because they hear it in the Western programs from the Western world, and they think that is being cool. That is what is exposed to them. These children, if the whole society does not take care of them, what do you expect? Yes, the parents complain, some of them are busy, they leave the house in the morning and they come late, and you cannot be there 24 hours. But one thing I believe, the kind of character, the kind of values you instill in your children, no matter what kind of waves comes in their life, they will not be shaken. There are some values that for me I was taught that I can never change. I can never disrespect a grown-up, be it just somebody who is sweeping, be it someone who doesn't even look like I need to respect. If I was raised to respect a house girl. There are people who speak like very badly to their house girls in front of your children, and even scolding the house girl because of something they've done to your child, instead of taking them on the side. What do you think you are doing to this child? This house girl will keep quiet because you are their employer, and your child, you've already sided with your child. So do you expect this house girl to see something going wrong to correct your child and they listen, while you yourself, maybe you left them because you went to work and you thought they're with the house girl? Do you expect her to tell them anything? Some of our teenagers are so rude, they answer even house girls back. And that is the person remaining with your child. And the way you treat that house girl, the house girl can decide, for me, I'm only here for money. So I can see this person's child getting spoiled, but I will let them get spoiled. Because when I tried to do this, they mistreated me. They will learn their lesson. Trust me, this house girl has their life. They will go, but your child will remain with you forever. So I really miss the days when the whole community would take care of us. I was raised like in a Swahili community. Most of the neighbors were Swahili. We were kind of mixed, and we were mixed like half-half. And one thing is, if I was in the estate and even maybe we were playing and I did something wrong and a parent was passing and they stopped me, I would be scared and listen. Nowadays, people don't care. They tell you, you're not my mother. Someone can even answer and tell you, you're not my mother. And even the parents themselves, they will come and ask you, don't talk to my child. Take care of yours, in front of their child. And you expect us to have a respectable society. You expect us to raise people who are well. You are forgetting these people one day will grow up with that attitude. They will turn on you. That child may be okay. Maybe you can even say you are raising your child well. But you look at someone's kids doing something wrong and you ignore them and just say, that's not my kid. Trust me, one day your child will get married to that kind of person. So know, like, whatever kind of child you're raising somebody's wife, you're raising somebody's husband, you're raising somebody's daughter-in-law, you're raising somebody's son-in-law. Make it your business to raise them well, so that one day when they go out there, someone is proud of them. Because I can assure you, everything goes back to the parent. When someone is rude to you, there are times you look at them and you say, it's the way they have been raised. I've come through such an incident where somebody was very rude to me in front of a very large group of people, and they even pointed at me while talking. This is someone who's younger than me, many years down, but they felt like they can answer me back. And I was even their superior. In that place, I was superior to that person, and I tried to correct them. They lectured me in front of a group of people. But later on, when I looked back, I just realized this is the way this person has been raised. There's no way someone who's been raised right can even dare answer back someone who's a grown-up. Can even dare answer someone in authority. You know? That submission to authority, it's just not submission to someone who is a director or, I don't know. Submission to authority is someone, even if they're younger than you, but they're in authority, you need to submit to them. And maybe the tone that you use, you might want to tell them the same thing, but the tone will determine, did you say it respectfully or did you say it arrogantly? So the way we raise our kids, don't just ignore and say, that's not my kid, that's not my relative. Trust me, Your niece somewhere will meet that kind of a person and they will become your relative. Your nephew will meet that kind of a person and they will marry that person. And that will be someone who is coming to become your relative. It will come back to you. Don't just ignore it. Parents, let us go back to the days where we would let other parents also help us. When someone comes to tell you something about your child, don't brush them off. Listen, investigate, do your part, and find out. What is this person saying? Is it right? Are they really saying this? Don't just claim your child is being unfairly treated, or tell them this is not your child, take care of your house. You've never given birth. Those are very painful words to tell somebody, but you will pay one day. Listen, when the child wrongs in school and the teacher calls you, and then you tell your child, the teacher did this, wait, she will see. I'll go there tomorrow. Don't worry. What are you training that child? One day they will go to a workplace with that attitude. Someone might just say, okay, like I said, the house girl might just say, it's not my child, let me do what brought me here. The same house girl can't really save you. The same house girl can give you information and tell you, this child of yours, I think she's using drugs. This child of yours, nowadays is so kind of, they've secluded themselves. They really lock themselves so much in the room. Could you kindly find out? I think there's something wrong with them. In this life, what goes around comes around. Karma is real. Don't feel like you live in the high-end areas, that your child will not be affected because someone else lives in another area. Trust me, there's a place they will meet. Drugs find their way in areas like that. There's social media, they meet themselves online. And these people will affect your life. They will get to your house, they will get to your kids wherever they are. They have connections, they have a way they connect. You go to town during the weekends, you find a very large group of girls and boys taking photos. You have no idea what's going to be done with those photos. It's normally a very large group. And just the way they're dressed, sometimes looking at them and their age shows you these are young people, they've connected, but something worth thinking. Thank you for watching. Click that button if you haven't subscribed. I will truly appreciate. I'd also like to hear your comments. Don't forget to like the video if you thought it was worth it. Thank you and see you.